Anna Knezevich. So we know we've been covering this story right from the beginning when she went missing in Madrid. Now her husband, David Knezevich, Serbian national, but an American citizen. Anna is Colombian but American citizen. But she was traveling in Madrid in Spain. She was starting a new life. How dare you? Anna, how dare you start a new life without David? This is the crime of these women, isn't it? Both of them. They've both ended up no longer with us. Probably Anna's body hasn't been found yet, but it seems likely that she's no longer with us. But the only crime that Micah and Anna committed was they didn't want to be with these twonks anymore. Now we've got twonk number 2, David Knezevich. Even though he was the unfaithful one, even though he didn't want to give Anna a divorce, or well, he didn't. I'm sure he didn't mind about having a divorce, but he didn't want to give her the money from their business, which actually, and we haven't looked at their business. It's, to me, it. Let's see if I can get it up. Yeah, clear it is. Let's see if it's still up there. Let's see if the website's still up there. It's a very strange business. To me, it's one of those businesses where you can't actually work out what they do. Or I can anyway. Right, yeah, we've still got the Facebook page up. So let's have a look. I'm going to take that down. So Anna Knezevich and her husband David, they met. They've been married 14 years. They didn't have any children either. And they set up this business together, which seems was a very, very successful business. Anna had told her friends after they split up she didn't need to work anymore. And this is it, EOX Technology Solutions, Inc. Well, they've only got 79 likes and 76 followers. The last post was in 2020, so quite a long time ago. Closed now. I would imagine it is closed because David Knezevich is in prison and Anna is missing. So it's got all these sort of technology things on it. Disaster recovery plans. Let's have a look at the website. Oh, there he is. Oh, God, there he is. I hate this photo of him. He just looks like such a twonk. It's like his resting twonk face on this photo. He just looks horrible with that cheesy smile. And I know you're not supposed to go by appearances, but I would just look at that. If I was looking for whatever they do, which I'm not quite sure, but just looking at his face would put me off contacting this business. Reliable IT support in Miami, Fort Lauderdale and West Palm Beach. Call us today. So have we got an about us? Let's see. Managed IT services. He's the CEO. Well, so Anna doesn't seem to appear on this website, but it was a joint business. So they do all these IT things. How do I go back to home? Hang on. Yeah, I don't think there'll be, so they do all these weird things that mean nothing to me. Managed IT services, IT consulting, cloud integration, virtualization, hosted VoIP, that's phone calls, isn't it? Network security, etc. But do you know what? Yeah, it just looks like, well, would you trust this man with your internet system? No, you wouldn't. Well, I certainly wouldn't. Anyway. Maybe I'm wrong, but he just looks like a twonk. And if it looks like a twonk, acts like a twonk, and talks like a twonk, it probably is a twonk. So there you go. That's David. Oh, I'm not sharing it, am I? Oh, I haven't done that for a while. Sorry, there he is. There he is. the resting twonk face. David Knezevic. Yeah. Sometimes, as you know, quite often I forget to share. But I think you can all see it now. You can all see it now. So, yes, this was Anna Knezevich's husband. So he and Anna split up and she went off to Madrid for a new life. She was having a great time. She was doing salsa dancing. She was meeting new friends. She was due to go to Barcelona for the weekend with a friend. She loved Madrid. She was looking for a long-term apartment. She decided she was going to stay there longer. Poor Anna, you know, building a new life. But, you know, twonks like David and Pastor John, they can't cope with that, can they? So he wasn't having that. Her husband wasn't having that. Anyway, she disappeared, didn't she? She completely disappeared. A Friday, it was a Friday. She was texting with her friends, making plans. And then that evening, nothing was heard from her ever again. Well, apart from these weird texts that again looked like they'd been sent by somebody else. And it turns out they were sent by someone else. They were sent by David, because David was in touch on a dating agency with another Colombian woman. And he asked the Colombian woman to translate a text for him into Spanish, said it was for, what did he say it was for? It was a friend of his who was writing a play or something, and he needed one short section just translated into Colombian Spanish. Could she do that for him? So she translated it, but then later on, she told her mother about this man she'd met online. Her mother started doing investigations, you know, like mums do, you know, they're like, well, who's this person that's in my daughter's life? She Googled him online and found out that his wife was missing in Madrid. So she went to the police and, you know, that helped towards David being caught. Of course, also he had been caught buying duct tape and black spray paint that he painted out the CCTV in her apartment with. And he then went in, we don't know how he got into her actual apartment, but he did come out with a suitcase, carrying a suitcase, because he had not covered that CCTV well enough. He'd sprayed it, but he could still see. So he was seen coming out with a suitcase. You know, so it's not criminal. He's not, you know, public enemy number one criminal. He's not criminal genius number one, this guy, even though he thought he was, because he left a lot of evidence behind. So let's have a look at this video. So he had his bond hearing. So the reason I'm talking about it again now is yesterday he had his hearing, court hearing, to see if he could be released on bail. Now, you know, I was thinking, God, surely they won't release him on bail. But, you know, he's got money, David. You know, he could surely raise the bail. He was hoping for bail. But anyway, this is what happened. So let's have a look. Oh, stop screen. Hang on. So he was, let's see what happened when he went in front of the judge.
The estranged husband of a South Florida woman who disappeared in Spain facing a judge today.
This as investigators continue to work to solve the case. Local Christina Vasquez has everything from Miami.
A federal judge decided David Knezevich's wealth, ties to Serbia, and frequent international travel did make him a flight risk, granting the government's request for pretrial detention, but added that it was a, quote, close call, in part because of the amount of circumstantial evidence underpinning the case.
Oh, sorry. Press the stop button.
Facing a charge of kidnapping, David is the estranged husband of Ana Maria, who left for Madrid the day after Christmas, fleeing, her friends and family have said, a contentious separation from David, who didn't want to split their assets equitably, they said.
So it sounds like she did go to Madrid because she was fleeing a contentious separation. course, his lawyer appeared on TV saying, "Oh, no, it was an amicable divorce. There was no problem, no problem with the divorce." But there was a big problem because Anna wanted 50% of that weird business that they had, and he wanted only to give her 25%. So it was a contentious divorce. So she went there to get away from everything. She had lots of plans with friends, and he followed her there. So what he did, he said he was in Serbia. He had his lawyer all over the TV, didn't he, saying he was in Serbia and, he's not going to Spain because he has no contacts in Spain. Why would he go to Spain? Then it turns out he rented a car in Serbia, and when he took it back, it had enough miles on it that had been to Spain and back, been to Madrid and back. Also, he'd had the windows tinted. Has any of you ever rented a car and then thought, I think I'll tint the windows on this rental car? So he had the windows tinted. The other thing he did was the number plates were different. He bought new number plates. He said the other ones apparently had been reported stolen in Madrid on the same road that Anna lived on. I mean, how thick is he? I just think, what a thicko. Luckily he is thick because that means he's been caught. So he then, for some unknown reason that we're not quite sure of, decided to go back to Miami, and he was arrested the minute he got off the plane. So obviously this has been an international operation. It's been the Serbian police, the Colombian police, the Spanish police, and the FBI all working together. It's been a brilliant operation. He's in custody. He's been charged so far only with kidnapping because they'll be looking for poor Anna's body. And so they won't charge him for murder until they know a bit more about where her body is. I think they'll find her, or they'll find some trace of her, because he's not clever enough to have done it cleverly enough. He's just not clever enough.
Said. Last seen alive entering her Madrid apartment February 2nd. The same day, prosecutors said a man who looked like David entered her apartment building after spray painting over.
So weird to see, because I was there, wasn't I, at the door? It's so weird to see it on the news and everything. Yeah.
Surveillance cameras. That paint tracked down to a retailer in Spain. The FBI agent to the judge said David is placed in Madrid. The judge asking, how well can you see him in that video? FBI agent, 100%. You can see him buying paint and 2 rolls of American duct.
Yeah, so when he's gone to court for his bail hearing, of course, the judge has to make, establish that he shouldn't be given bail because he's a flight risk. And he also has to establish that they've got enough probable cause for him to be guilty of this act. So this is what they've said. So, the FBI agent has appeared in court and said David has been placed in Madrid. He was in the paint retailer video. It's 100% it was him. So that, because when he was seen on the CCTV painting out the camera, he had a motorbike helmet on. So you could only see his eyes, but he's got distinctive eyes, hasn't he? You could imagine that you'd be able to tell it was him even with a crash helmet on. He's got those twonky eyes, those twonky eyes that you wouldn't trust, you wouldn't trust for anything. So they recognise it, but even better than that, they've got CCTV of him in a paint retailer buying paint and 2 rolls of American duct tape. American duct tape, not Spanish duct tape. What's the difference? But anyway, so they definitely placed him in Madrid.
Additional new details in court today. The FBI agent said blood was found in the apartment. They're waiting on DNA.
This is new information. This is definitely new information about the blood found in the Madrid apartment. It's very sad. There was a rumor, and everybody went. The police obviously wanted to play that down. I think the police have been trying to lull him into a false sense of security. They just wanted to get their hands on him. So it did come out that there was biological remains found in the apartment, which really means, blood or DNA. It didn't mean like a foot or a leg or whatever. And then that was poo-pooed really quickly. All the police came out. Anna Maria's friend, Sana, and her brother, they all saying, no, this is a rumour. This is a rumour. It's not. So I think that the police have tried to sit on that, because the Spanish police, they've conducted this whole investigation in secret, absolute secrecy. So how that's leaked out, I don't know, but it leaked out somehow, but then it was sat on immediately. And no, it's not true. But now they're saying it is true. But blood found in the Madrid apartment waiting on DNA analysis. Now, it surprises me that they're still waiting for DNA analysis, but maybe they probably didn't have David's DNA. So there may be some of his blood in there. I'm sure they'll have already know if it's Anna's blood, or will they? Because how would they compare if they didn't already have her DNA? They could do familial DNA, I suppose, on Anna, but with David, well, they'll have his DNA now because he's been arrested for kidnapping. I'm sure that they're allowed to take your DNA for that. So, yeah. So little nuggets coming out all the time about this case, aren't there?
DNA analysis from Spanish National Police. The couple, the agent testified, agreed to an open relationship to, quote, fix their marriage. She was dating men in Madrid. He had a girlfriend in Colombia, and that she felt.
So that is more new information, because I didn't know that Anna was dating men in Madrid. But obviously she was. So that's because it's the FBI that's saying that, not unless that's just what David said. Because, sometimes men say things like that, or women, I suppose.
Even suicidal over the struggle. Had a girlfriend in Colombia, and that she felt threatened, even suicidal.
Hang on.
Girlfriend in Colombia.
Oh. So, yeah, the FBI agent said that the couple agreed to an open relationship to fix their marriage. Oh, well, open relationships always fix marriages, don't they? Oh, come on. How can an open relationship fix your marriage? Well, it won't fix my marriage, put it this way. I wouldn't stand for that. No way. You're either with me or you're not. And if you don't want to be with me, go and, sleep with as many people as you want, but not while you're with me, you won't. So she was dating men in Spain. He had a girlfriend in Colombia. Now, I don't know if this is definite or this has come from David's mouth. Sana, her best friend, said she wasn't interested in meeting other men. She was just trying to live her life. And her brother said the same thing. And that's how they knew when that message came through the next morning, saying that she'd met a man in the street and she was going off to spend a few weeks with him. That's how they knew that could not be Anna, because if Anna would have been seeing other men, she would have told her friends. Anyway, he had a girlfriend in Colombia, which is that girl that he got to translate the message and whose mum did the detective work.
And that she felt threatened, even suicidal over this.
So she told her friend she felt threatened by him and was suicidal. So she could have gone the same way as Micah. That's how, God, when you go halfway across the world to escape from someone. When I was escaping my stalker, I went from Reading to London, then from London to Reading, then back to London again. Just imagine going halfway across the world, going from America to Spain, and him still catching up on you. What can you do with these people? So he's worked all that out. He could drive to Madrid from Serbia because it's, she will have thought she was safe in Madrid. She would never have thought in a million years that he would come there. It's very sad. Oh, and then the defense attorney, his attorney, of course, stated she suffered from mental health issues for years. Of course she has. Not him. He hasn't suffered from any mental health issues. No. But she has. Of course she has. Yeah, this is the same old story over and over again. It is just awful. You see, trying to blacken someone's name, like saying they've had mental health issues. Nobody's free of mental health issues. You name me one person who's not had a mental health issue at some point in their life. How dare they, victim blame? How dare they?
Struggles with David, but his defense attorney argued that Ana Maria suffered from mental health issues for years and then told the judge, for all we know, she is doing this because she is psychotic, implying that perhaps she took off with the man she was dating in Spain. After the hearing, the family attorney, with Ana Maria's brother by her side, not addressing some of that tough testimony, instead choosing to applaud the judge's decision.
On behalf of the family, we're very pleased with the judge.
Look, I saw what Kelly said there. Her family didn't live in Colombia, Kelly. Her family lived in Miami. So that's why she went to Spain, to get away from Miami. But this brother here, he lived in Bolivia. Maybe she could have gone there, but, I don't know. I don't know what Bolivia is like, but her actual mom and her other brother live in Miami. They don't live in Colombia anymore.
Judge's decision. We are very grateful to the court, and we are continuing to cooperate with law enforcement as they pursue justice for Anna Knezevich and to make sure that Ana Maria Henao Knezevich's voice is heard. Thank you very much. I will not be taking any more questions.
And again, she is still missing in Madrid. He is facing this kidnapping charge. The judge telling his defense attorney that he does have the opportunity to appeal his decision today. Reporting live for you, I'm Christina Vasquez, Local 10 News.
Thank you. We turn now to a break in the case of a South Florida woman reported missing in Madrid.
Her estranged husband is now charged with kidnapping months after her disappearance. Local 10's Sanella Sabovic is live now in Miami with chilling new details on this case. Sanella.
Calvin, this criminal complaint here is pretty shocking. It alleges that David Knezevich was in Spain at the same time that his estranged wife vanished. He was arrested over the weekend and is facing a kidnapping charge.
36-year-old David Knezevich is now in federal custody, arrested by the FBI on Saturday for his alleged involvement in the kidnapping of a U.S. citizen in Madrid, Spain, on or about February 2nd. A criminal complaint alleges the victim was married to Knezevich. 40-year-old Ana Knezevich is his estranged wife and has been missing for 3 months now, last seen alive on February 2nd. Ana left for Madrid last December following her breakup with David after 13 years of marriage. Loved ones say they last spoke to her around the date of her disappearance, then received strange messages from her claiming to have met someone. I met someone wonderful. He has a summer house about 2 hours from Madrid. We are going there now and I will spend a few days there. There is barely any signal though. I'll call you when I come back. Kisses. The complaint alleges that David was responsible for that message, that he met a Colombian woman on a dating app and asked her in a series of WhatsApp messages to translate that from English to Colombian Spanish. Ana was supposed to take a train to Barcelona on February 5th and never showed up, officially prompting an international missing persons case. Police in Spain began investigating. It's alleged that David rented a car from Serbia and drove to Spain to commit the crime. On the last day Ana was seen alive, the lenses of a couple security cameras at her apartment building in Madrid were spray painted. The cameras at the entrance were disabled entirely. FBI agents believe it was David that spray painted those cameras. Writing in the complaint, quote, notably the male who looks directly at the camera has physical characteristics that resemble those of Knezevich. At approximately 10:30, the male is captured leaving the elevator with what appears to be a suitcase. Following Ana's disappearance, David hired a lawyer. His attorney told Local 10 back in February that his client had been in contact with Spanish authorities while he was in Serbia. He declined to speak on David's behalf following today's federal court appearance.
And we have made several attempts throughout the course of the day to get a hold of his attorney. We have not heard back from him just yet. David is scheduled to make another court appearance this Friday. And if you would like to read the entire complaint, we have it on our website on local10.com. Reporting live from Miami this evening, Sanella Sabovic, Local.
Okay, so there you go. So he got refused bail. So basically the upshot of it is he was declared that he was a flight risk. The judge said that he could, due to the fact that he was financially solvent and his ties to Serbia, and the fact that he was a regular traveller. So he was denied bail. And that was what because I sort of thought, oh, I've got to have this sort of sick feeling. But of course, they're not stupid, are they? The judges at the end of the day. You look at someone like that, he's travelled from Serbia to Spain to murder his wife ostensibly or kidnap his wife. He's not likely to stay in Miami, is he? If it, he's got enough other places to go. So he's been denied bail. So that will have made him angry. It's just it is nice to see these twonks get their comeuppance, isn't it? And think they're so clever, and then it turns out they're actually not, and then everybody knows they're not. So there you go. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to finish now. I'm just going to put Anna and Micah's pictures up again and a little bit of music to finish off with. I hope you all have a great morning, a great day, a great evening, whatever you're doing. Take care of yourselves, and remember, as always, to live and love carefully, very carefully. And I'll see you, as always, very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to put your fingerprint on the like button, please. And also, if you're not already subscribed, please think about subscribing, because it really helps me out, and it's completely free. It's completely free. So thank you. Bye.